Hare Krishna. I'm Anuttama. I'm a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And this video is directed to the 44 defendants of a lawsuit that I've recently served to some devotees and is in the process of being served to the rest of them. So for this lawsuit is basically a plea to these 44 defendants to please answer this lawsuit. And before I get into explaining what that means to answer the lawsuit, I just want to, first of all, let me offer my obeisances to Vanshakalpa, Trubhisha, Kripa Sindhu, Bhyevacha, Patitanam, Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. It's not right that I'm addressing you in this way, that I'm putting an actual formal lawsuit. You are my older God brothers, and I would not be a devotee if it weren't for your efforts when Srila Prabhupada was on the planet. You were the people that got the books printed, built the temples, made helped Srila Prabhupada with the momentum to make it possible that when I was 18 years old and wandering around hitchhiking, and I got Srila Prabhupada's book. And then I ran into a devotee, and the devotee told me to move to the temple. So I went into a temple and moved in that day, the first time that I set foot in the temple. And that is thanks to your efforts. It's just amazing. And here we are. Well, that was in 1976. So we're a few years later. And what has happened to the movement? So it's because of what's happened that I am presenting this lawsuit. And this video is a plea to you, my older God brothers. Please read the lawsuit and please answer it. Along these regards, I'd like to mention what Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said there are many demons in Vaishnav dress within our movement. And I know that's very, very difficult to believe. But if you look at what has happened to the movement, how many thousands of devotees have been chased away because of the draconian policies of the GBC, banning devotees, making devotees not be able to speak about different instructions of Srila Prabhupada. Speak about the July 9th letter and then you get banned for life. That's not Srila Prabhupada's mission. These kind of policies can only be put in place by demons. And if you want proof of it, I have it right here in the lawsuit. I have proof that demons have infiltrated ISKCON. This is a printout from the lawsuit in 1998 in which the people who were suing the trustee, the BBT trustee, claims that Srila Prabhupada did not own his copyrights. Here's a quick quote from it. BBTI believes that ISKCON Incorporated owned the copyrights, not Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON Incorporated, because the works in question were works for hire, in parentheses, works for hire, created by ISKCON. ISKCON Incorporated supplied the employees who worked on the books with their materials and equipment. ISKCON Inc. also supplied each of them with room and board and a stipend for personal or family expenses. So they're claiming that Srila Prabhupada was an employee that was provided a pen and pencil and a place to stay and some prasadam, and in exchange for that ISKCON Incorporated owned the copyrights. Well, I know a lot of devotees that don't agree with that, and the only people that would agree with that, I'd have to label them what Srila Prabhupada said, many demons in Vaishnav dress. That's the kind of person who would do that. And now the people who wrote that, the same people who wrote that thing and put it in a court document is recorded, they are the actual acting BBT trustees, and this is not acceptable. So the lawsuit that I have presented to you is a plea to make this right. Let's have real trustees in there, not demons that claim that Srila Prabhupada did not own his copyrights. Another thing that Prabhupada says in the trust document, actually, he says, I have full confidence in the manner in which my trustees will govern the trust fund. But in order to give them as much flexibility as possible in accordance with the law, I set forth the following powers. And then he continues what the trustees can do. Do you think Srila Prabhupada had confidence in people that say that he didn't even own his copyrights? That's outrageous. So these different policies that have happened within the GBC, such as banning devotees, I mean, basically, I left during the zonal acharya system. I mean, that was absurd. It was like, here I was a preacher. I was going out on book distribution. I was one of the people that Srila Prabhupada made his society for. And all of a sudden, we have people coming in saying that they're pure devotees. And I had no enthusiasm to bring new people to the insanity that the society had become. So what I'm asking you to do is I'm simply asking you to read this lawsuit. It's 80 some different paragraphs, number of paragraphs. And in order to answer it, all you have to do is send me, well, it's 80 paragraphs. For each paragraph, either write admitted if you agree with what's said there. That you can also put that you don't know whether that's true or not, or you can put deny, and then we'll know what there is that we have to argue about. And there should be only a few things, because most of the paragraphs are just basic. The fact that Srila Prabhupada made a trust document, the fact that, well, here's a random one. Defendants, let's see. Okay. Well, anyway, there are different paragraphs that the defendants have purposely named the corporation BBTI with a very similar name to the valid trust, the BBT. What I'm claiming here is that there was actually some kind of conspiracy to take the assets of the BBT, which is the copyrights, and put them into a corporation. And that's the kind of things that we need to sit down and discuss. We don't need to go to court with this. We don't need to threaten, the different defendants' personal assets. Let's just sit down and discuss what it is that the problem is that we are objecting to, and come up with a solution. It's not that difficult. So if you're watching this video and you've actually received or been served with this lawsuit, please contact me if you're a devotee. If you're a demon, this video, Prabhupada's instructions about demons is just neglect them. So I have nothing to say to them. Their mission is obviously to try to destroy Srila Prabhupada's movement, and I can say they've done a pretty good job. But if you are a devotee and for some reason you have been named as a defendant, please, let's use this opportunity to give Srila Prabhupada's mission back, to give the copyrights back to the devotees. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All glories to Prabhupada.